Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our final reaction of Cloudward Ho. I think it will be the final reaction, unless there will be another thing. Yeah, the last adventuring party. Last time we watched them all defeat Straka and Ludmilla in. Well, it was not really Ludmilla, was it? And before we jump into this adventuring party, I would like to give my thoughts on the season. So, the adventuring party also is only like about 11 or 12 minutes long, so it fits quite well that I can take some time to talk about my experience. Yeah, it was my first like reaction that I ever did. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I probably will do another reaction as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do with the side quests of Dimension 20 or just like the main quests with the Intrepid Heroes. I have not decided on that yet because right now in this moment I also would like to focus more on edited videos, like on I've made like what's it called? Pokemon videos by now. I've made like Drag Race Simulator and other simulators as well, and tier lists, and I kind of wanted to make a little bit more out of these videos because I enjoy them as well. I can really be creative. But I also like the reactions, so we will see how things go moving forward. But that's just a little bit about me. I want to talk about this series, this season, Cloud at Ho, and my thoughts and opinions about it. Now, where I would like to start are our characters, because I always feel like the characters are like the heart and soul and everything that we love about Dimension 20. And yeah, I made some little notes here, so don't wonder if I'm looking down here. I'm looking at my notes, so that is what's going on there. Okay, so now I want to go through the order that they appeared in, basically, or like not the first sequence, but later on. So first we have Maxwell. Maxwell was or still is one of my favorite characters. I've maybe my favorite of these six. It's difficult. These six are difficult to put in order, and yeah, but I really liked Maxwell. The thing with him though was that I felt it was in the beginning really strong and at the end also really strong, especially in the final episode with his whole family showing up. In the middle there was not a lot going on with him, but every time he he was like really the straight man of the group, and not really that into adventure, one would think, but he clearly also was. He's a fun character. I like him a lot. And speaking of Maxwell, I'm already gonna talk about Willwell here as well, because Willwell is the MVP. Willwell is the MVP of this arc, of this season, and it is fantastic. Like another character that just Brendan created, and we immediately everybody fell in love with him. Now the next one, of course, Olefra showed up, or Maxwell got Olefra, and Olefra, she's such a like I never have seen. Well, not never have seen, but I feel like Ellie really played this great. Like all of them were great. But I felt with Olefra that she had really a thoughtfulness to her that we have not seen Ellie play before, a character like this. Like really somebody who is like thinking a lot about the circumstances of how, well, the family, or especially her grandmother's choices, have impacted all these other peoples around her. And of course, she herself, but at the same time, has that sense of adventure and wonder, and is just an absolute fanboy of the old Zephyr crew. And she is just such a sweetheart, like just pure earnestness. And I love that. I love that for her. Ooh, and the next one is Daisuke. Daisuke, also speaking about Zack here, this is Daisuke my favorite Zack character? Maybe. Because he played like Daisuke is not a bad guy, but he is way more flippant. Is that how you would say it? Like he will do things that are not necessarily nice just because he's irritated. And I feel like the other characters that Zack have played are not going in this direction. Even Pip was not necessarily mean. Like Daisuke is also not mean. Daisuke will just shoot at somebody if he had enough, and I just love to see that played by Zack, because he doesn't usually get to play that role. And besides that, Daisuke had some of the funniest moments. It is like the whole disguise kid thing, and also at the very end, also shooting at Wheelwell, being like, let's shoot him. In general, his also interaction with his dog, Ghost Dog, and Dotterdale, all around. Gold, 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 gold. Maria was truly the heart of this season. Like, it was, I feel like it was not necessarily her story, but so much emotional impact came from her part, and especially her part with Ludmilla as well, her protege. And I really like to see also Emily. Like, I feel like everybody in this season got to kind of maybe dip into something that they usually don't do. But then again, in every new season with new characters, that's what we get, and it's always exciting. Yeah, but she was not as whimsical as Emily usually is. Basically, she was more like the seeing the bad in the world, or trying to see the bad in the world. At some points, like actively looking for it, but still, you always can tell that there was something there. Like, she did not fully lose hope. Then we have Van, and I didn't expect that Van would get such a, like, it is like the trope of the hard-boiled, sailor probably, who doesn't seem to have a lot of emotion, but actually Van had a lot of emotion going on with the husband Bert, and also the family, of course, and just being this curse. You could really see that Van was struggling with it. And I do love the whole story arc that we ended up with, where she kind of accepts it, and it actually helped her out in a way. But at the same time, she didn't choose it, so she had to kind of make the best of the situation, I think. But Van is, I like Van a lot. Van also had like a story throughout. I said before, like Maxwell, I feel like was really strong in the beginning and towards the end. But Van was strong throughout, so was Maria and Olefra, like in the sense of their part in the story. Daisuke, I'm gonna be honest, Daisuke was kind of like in and out. Sometimes he would be involved heavily in the story, and sometimes not at all, it felt like, which it is fine. Like you need to, some characters need to step back that other characters can shine. And that is the magic of Feeder, I guess. Now, the last one that we got was Monty, and I really liked, I said this before, it was one of my favorite moments of the whole series, is when they all finally came back together, especially when they found Monty, and it was like kind of chill vibe. It is truly remarkable how this series was able to get a sense of nostalgia from me, even though we're like in episode 1, and I felt like nostalgic about these characters. We just only met, but they really outdid themselves with that, and that whole scene. And in general, Monty he is really like a father figure and mentor. There were like, even with Maria, I feel like with every character, like Maxwell as well, there were always at some point a moment where Monty and somebody of the other characters and PCs, I mean, had like a heartfelt one-on-one. Oh, with Olefra. Yeah, Monty and Olefra also, like a team up that I just love to see. He is a really great character, but I can also say he did not have necessarily a lot to do with the overall story, which is fine. But it made sense for me in the end that he was like, hey, I want to go back to Gav. I have still things to do there, and this is my big adventure, is like rescuing the wildlife of Gav. And I love that for him. So this was all our main cast. And as you can tell, I love them all. It's not like I can really say that anybody of these characters were bad. None of them. I enjoyed them all so much. However, speaking of a crew, I've said it time and time again. It was not such a problem in the beginning. I had a little bit more issues with our crew of the Zephyr, like all the NPCs. It got better. We got like Taurus. Taurus is probably the best addition to the crew, even though Wheelwell. Okay, we will count Wheelwell. And Bert was also fine, but like I would say Dotterdale was probably the one of the crew that got the most. And I don't know, I didn't really vibe with her. I have to be honest. It just didn't work for me. And then we had a whole other crew members that we maybe, I feel like, saw twice or three times, and it never was impactful. Freya was also fun in the beginning, and then she kind of disappeared. So the crew didn't really win me over. Like it oftentimes felt like we could have not have a crew, and we would be, well, it would make a difference. Now, of course, we need to talk about the bad people as well, our villains. Now, the villains, Murdersher, I enjoyed him. I did enjoy Murdersher. It was sad to see him go, and Brennan didn't. I don't think he wanted him to die this early. But hey, he for the time that he was around, it was great. Of course, then we had other smaller villains like these Regio Lex kind of guys, and they were fine. Like the Fehulia people also, it was fun. The Eyeless Hand being like turning out to be completely, well, not nothing, but once we beat them, it was kind of like, oh, you're still around. Just shut up. We have dealt with you already. It kind of gives me, what's it called from Zelda, the Yiga clan, because at some points or in the beginning, it's kind of like, oh yeah, you are something, like you have something to offer, and then you're like, I don't know, 50 hours into the story or like into the game, and the Yigas still show up, and you're like, okay, it's enough. So that's kind of like the Eyeless Hand. Of course, the whole thing with Ludmilla was amazing, and Straka. Like Straka and Ludmilla were amazing villains. No notes. Like Straka, the design and the whole concept and lore and idea that was so rich and so, like, you could feel the emotion behind it. It is great. And the same goes for Ludmilla. And I have, however, to say the ones that are behind it, the Primart, Kodai Primart, those ones did not really, I feel like they were kind of more plot device. Like we didn't really get a lot of them from them. So I don't even can say much. Like they're bad, and their role in the story is fulfilled good, like good in the sense of a storytelling perspective, but it is not something that captured me with them. But yeah, Ludmilla takes it all. Like Ludmilla and Straka take care of that. Now we come to my biggest gripe about this season is going to be the world. And what I mean by that is CERN. Yeah, or Gav. Now the thing about this is, for me, it never really felt like I could make a great distinction between Gav and CERN. And what I mean by that is, we have started in Gav, where we have like Scrapsylvania, we have like the invention of aircraft, like the Zephyr. We have like this giant robot that Olefra has. We have the gas from Murdersher. Like, what is this again? Like there's something also going on with the Queen there, like Eisengeist. And we have this city they're going to get Monty's, like this underground city, which also sounds so magical in a way and special. And in other words, it was for me kind of like, okay, Gav is a fantasy realm of its own, and now we go to Sood, and for me as a viewer who has maybe spent like 2 episodes in Gav, or maybe 3, I don't quite remember that much, then going to another place and be like, oh my god, this is so different, or like this is completely a new world. I already was in a new world, and now we go to another new magical or like fantastical world. And that didn't work for me quite as well, because it was kind of like, oh, it feels similar. Like for me, Sood was not so fantastical that it didn't, yeah. The only really special thing that I noticed were like the crystal people and like maybe the animals speaking, stuff like that. But the world in itself felt like a regular world, even though the what's it called, the twist, is it a twist? Well, the revolution that it is basically a core and not a planet as we know it, that was really cool. I like that a lot. And I have, however, to say CERN, on the other hand, I did feel that. When we went to CERN, it did feel to me like, oh, this is a completely different thing than what we had before, you know? And I kind of wanted to feel the same way when we went from Gav to Suit. And there was some kind of disconnect for me, at least. Please let me know if you felt the same way. Um, Not to say that Suit is not a great place. Suit is fantastic. It is overall the whole world is a fantastic place to explore. But just like the specific distinction between Gav and Suit was for me not clear enough. However, the last thing I want to talk about, and then we jump into the reaction, is that the time travel. I really love the time travel, and I called it. I called it early on. I was completely wrong on how it works. I was not didn't know the mechanics of it, but I love the time travel aspect of it, and I feel like the ending with Maria going through the portal and basically bringing the golden heart to Ludmilla in the past, but then they get basically separated because of the Primarch Korodai of the robots, and Ludmilla being like, okay, I have now this heart, I need to basically secure it, and she secures it inside the Straka, so in the future when the time has come for the heart to be used, it is there again for her to use. And then of course, I mean, I tell you this, but Olefra and taking Ludmilla and going then again after Mario through the time portal, it was great. That whole thing worked so well for me. Especially Van coming and helping them out with the Tasquagua, with Chessy Tezzy. It is the finale. This final sequence was really great. And the last character I'm gonna say, I did not write here, and it's just, yeah, Comfrey. Comfrey. Did we ever had, like, I mean, did ever a really big NPC die like this in Dimension 20? Maybe I'm forgetting somebody. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but it was impactful. It really got me. Her death, I had tears in my eyes. Yeah. What a great character. Like like the fact that she's now gone, just makes so much, is perfect because she was so complicated. Like she was so good, but she made so much mistakes as well. And then, yeah, that's life. And it is for us to decide how we feel about her at the end, you know. And I liked her as a part of the story a lot. I'm still not sure if I would call her, like, basically, would I wanna be friends with her? I'm not sure about that, but she didn't deserve to die. So let's jump into the episode.
Hello, one and all.
Hello,
Welcome to our
Brennan.
final episode of
Yes.
Adventure Party.
Woo.
Power Ho. Legally,
Oh,
this
no.
episode can only be 10 minutes long. We promise
Oh.
for legal reasons it can't be a minute
Sam's
over
doing
that.
the worm.
It-
He wants company.
Okay.
He's been doing the one this whole
No
time going, guys,
moment
where is everyone?
This
longer than
episode
10
had
minutes?
Yeah, right off the bat, the fact that you were Santa the whole time, and it really did not hit me. And so
Oh.
literally, it was like there's just a beat in the like epilogue. And I
We've-
was just like,
We've timed this
What do they
perfectly.
get
This will
now
be
to
coming out
eat?
in Christmas of 2023. We are
No.
going to be
2023, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
that's when
Well,
this is
time
coming.
travel's real now, so.
Time travel's real now.
It is. It is.
I know we did our
Thank you.
first bit of time travel.
Why is
Maria
this such a
saving-
comically
saving
huge
Ludmilla.
bottle?
that was so. Right off the bat, roses to both
Hmm.
Emily and
Oh,
Allie.
no.
I was like, that was such a beautiful thing of like going back, and I was like, oh, we're gonna see this thing where Maria sacrifices herself and everything. And I also love the fact that Allie's just like, fuck that trope, I'm jumping.
Yeah.
We're gonna say
I
it.
love
so
it too.
sad.
It was so
Satisfying.
great.
Well,
subverted
but
my
that's why
expectations
I
of
wasn't like,
the
I'm
story.
trying to
No, I
die.
know,
I
but
just was like, okay,
you had
I'm
zero
at
hit points. You
peace.
gotta do
I'm
what you
at
gotta do.
peace, Like,
Yeah.
I
You made
did
your
the thing I
choice.
came here to
Yeah,
do.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
if Lumilla hadn't come back to
It
our
is.
plane, if it had just been both
Yeah.
of you completely gone, I would have felt more satisfied. But now I was
Oh,
kind of like,
really?
no, Maria can't switch places and be destroyed.
Yeah,
While
Ludmilla would.
she is brought back to our life. Like,
Yeah,
I was just like,
Ludmilla would be
"No!"
destroyed as well.
But I did not. I
Hmm.
definitely didn't take into account that it was a 30 second rule.
Yeah.
I
That's
absolutely
Yeah.
missed that. I
Think about that.
absolutely missed that.
But it was
my bad.
because you grabbed Ludmilla. So part of me
Well.
was, I mean, I said as much to Daisuke. I was
Yeah.
like, Ludmilla's the whole reason we came here. We could
Yeah.
She just went through the portal. We have to
I
get
dropped her off and I grabbed you. It was great how it was.
Toss her back.
Yeah, yeah.
It was great how it was.
What were we doing?
How are these fallen angels?
Like grandmother, like granddaughter.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you. This is not.
Cheers.
This is,
NA.
Cheers.
Hey.
I don't know
Well,
what
that'd
they're
be-
drinking.
Pass me the jug.
I don't want to try the Serrano for the first time. NA.
Well, you
Okay.
have
Di
to.
Serono.
want it like
I
that,
don't know what
right?
that is.
I just like don't know.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
Oh
know.
my
It
God,
is.
Brennan.
Sounds just like almond
How is
extract.
it, everybody?
Oh,
Cheers,
it's like
everybody.
it's almond cherry Slurpee.
Yeah,
Oh.
Like it-
it's
so
very
it's
good.
not. It's sweet.
Oh,
Like
Hmm.
I kind of like it.
Did y'all? Cheers. Hey.
So that and Kazuki's and aioli is what
That
your
got
crew's
you.
been
Uh.
chowing down on. Guys, what a fucking phenomenal season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was great.
It is. It was
I
great.
love that ending.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Huh.
Great.
Wasn't it?
I
was
wonder
like-
if there will be a season
With
2.
all the
I
fails,
could
was like,
see it
"Damn,
happen.
Is this gonna be our first like bittersweet
Hmm.
ending?
I
Like,
thought
now
I
it's
was,
Yeah.
like, I was like, we can't have you all be lost in the portal.
Totally.
That would be too sad. Although you could have,
Totally.
you could be like, they're lost in time, and what
Yeah.
will happen?
Yeah.
No, I
There
think
was
I
some
had
things
it like.
happening.
We spent so much of the season with Comfrey as like almost a villain in
Yes.
some
Yeah.
ways.
In
like,
ways,
And then
yeah.
at the end, it was like, okay, we understand.
Yeah.
That, man, you played fast and loose.
Yeah.
And stuff. But
Yeah,
it
yeah,
really did
there it
feel
is.
Like it was so sad and heartbreaking to
Hmm.
not get the like. No, we all get it. It was because
Nah.
Comfrey's philosophy was like, we'll do it harder and better and faster, and everything will be perfect. And it was
Yeah.
very sweet in some ways that she was the only one that had to say goodbye at the end.
I
Yeah,
also
kind of.
wrote
It
for
maybe it was her
Maria, I was
time.
like,
Or
I
maybe it is
it,
even
like,
better that she.
completely,
No, she
like,
did
broke
deserve
her
to
to
die.
have McLeod
But-
save her instead of Ludmilla, and then
Hmm.
Olethra made the call that like Mario wished McLeod had made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
she if like Ludmilla was to Mario what Mario was to McLeod, Olethra
Mm.
saved Ludmilla in that
Yeah.
situation.
We're gonna save the kid.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
save the future.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I think it was definitely super sad to be like, oh, there isn't an ending to this season that's like, and now we really get
I-
to meet Comfrey.
Yeah.
and kind
I
of,
wanted a
like,
happy end.
work out all
Remember?
of our
I said it in the
stuff.
beginning of the
Because
reaction.
obviously we don't hang around on her.
Full thing in that like Humphrey is in the whole
Why
season in
Did they
that
leave the tentacles
style.
out?
I'm
It feels
I'm just
illegal.
living-
Yeah. To Santa.
But I
Oh.
think there is like
What sort of videos do you like?
Oh
You
no.
just gave a teenager a
Thumbnail. Thumbnail.
Oh no. Oh.
Thumbnail.
Thumbnail!
oh, what you don't think Santa gets kinky?
Oh, I do think he does. I mean, he
What's on
has
those 2 pages?
There's so much.
3
I
seasons to
wrote
fill.
2.5 chapters of Montgomery LaMontgomery, the Zudian Chronicles.
Yeah.
My real hope was to get through like the new character intros, but I could only write Max, and then
No.
I got
Okay.
tired and had to work on other things, and I couldn't write a fake children's book from
No.
the perspective of a fictional character.
You
Why
could?
not?
Why?
Most
Why
proud of, 'cause
not?
I can read it real
I'll,
quick.
I'll
You
read
go.
the first chapter.
Okay.
Okay. Let's listen.
The bosun awoke, drenched in sweat, despite the cool breeze cruising through the nearby window. Sharp
love that he's
shallow breaths
Santa right
struggled
now.
to fill her lungs to any satisfying degree. The
Mm.
legendary Van Chapman sprang to her feet and blindly groped in the dark for parchment and pen. In her head, urgent. I need help. Meet at the Rusty Nut. The path to Zood is open.
Wow.
It's awesome.
Applause,
There's
applause,
2.5
applause.
more chapters. And the big thing was, or the thing that I found funny was that the
I-
Max is introduced as a silent character who does not speak and wears like a
Wow.
the Max and is known as the Max.
Oh, the
Did
Max.
we talk about this?
Oh,
Was
you
this
talked
just
Oh,
about
yes.
this all season? Did we ruin
So,
the chance
so the
for
art,
it to
the
mean
What?
art
something
team,
more?
the art part, the
I wanna
members
know.
of the art team that made them are credited on the back of the.
Oh, your mom.
Your mom.
Your mom. So I guess your mom made it. So I guess ask her.
Okay.
Oh,
He gave us
wow.
a bunch of buttons.
Wow. They did nothing.
For 20 episodes, we sat here.
Yeah.
flicking.
So this
I
was
think
truly
I
nothing.
really feel like they did it on purpose.
Do you
and
want
I
to know?
think
Yeah.
that's
Do you want to know
awesome.
actually what it was for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
If you guys had stayed attacking Straka, I
Oh.
was going to have a move where Straka did a damage based on how often you had clicked the buttons.
Do you have those
No
numbers?
way.
No
So
way.
many times.
would-
There's
Seriously,
no way.
I
You
don't
guys
think I've
couldn't-
That-
ever
that's not
clicked it.
You guys
true.
couldn't keep up with how often
I must have hit it
This button.
57,000 times.
I think it's a number that
There's
humans
real
can't
number?
comprehend
I think
the
we
No.
amount
could
of
have
times they
Three-
did
maybe
that.
hit it.
Now the count might not be perfect, but the count is 3,740.
Yeah, of
Yeah, you said
course.
the count might not be perfect, which makes me think you just said a number.
Yeah, you just said a number. I don't believe that,
Naughty,
Brennan.
naughty.
You
They
gotta
just-
ask your mom. I don't know.
I don't know if we have time to even get into this, but like there
Oh,
was a moment when it was like, you know,
It was like-
the campaign kind of shifted.
oh yeah.
I'm curious if there was if anything you can say about that.
Oh, yeah.
now.
Oh God.
Time for
Uh,
I mean,
that
it's
one.
maybe too big of a conversation. for
Yeah.
this
Oh, when
moment.
you guys won in the
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
in
Oh, yeah.
in
Yeah,
Temple of Victor.
against
Yeah,
against
you were supposed to-
Murderer.
Comfrey was supposed to come save you,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah.
was like supposed to,
That's
and then
satisfying.
So
to know
Tasquago
that.
was going to get out and then come
Get out,
arrive.
and Zern was going to
Mm.
start attacking immediately. So Zern's attacking. It was all going to be shot
Okay.
to hell. It was all. It was going to all.
Everything is gonna be
Everything was going to be different. It's all going to
Mm.
be different. We have to
like
stop right now.
a
right?
war zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait, can I ask one
Wow.
last question?
One last question.
Was it ever your intention that we go to Zern?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to
Okay.
go to Zern.
Santa beard hair.
no, no, this is no, no,
Folks,
no.
This has been the season where Santa.
Merry Christmas.
It looks like
No.
a
Freak watch,
There
freak
we go.
watch.
It's never you're gonna be
Battle Map, Aaron Bozeman, Ryan Berry, Edlin Capelong, Leslie Clutcher,
Yeah.
Ryder Dunigan, Jocelyn Favela,
That's
Allison
fair.
Gondik, Kelsey Hunter, Casey McGeorge, Amber Patrick, Greg Pinsino,
They deserve it.
Manager Jesse Heron, Morris Hakashida, Straka Skull.
The battle
Nut
set
Club
is
Skull by
amazing.
Jordan
The battle
Fulton,
set is
directions
amazing.
By Derek Christensen, Rubio O'Brien, projection, illustration, Kate May, Jonah Walker, Don Marine, game design team, Hannah Rose, Brandish Stoddard, Dan Dillon, Macy Vasilak.
Yeah.
This has been Dimension 20 Cloudward Ho.
Ho.
You've been an amazing audience. We cannot do this without your support. Thank you so much to all of our incredible cast and crew here at Dimension 20. Thank you all so much.
Applause, applause,
Come on
applause.
in, gang. Come on in. This has been Dimension 20 Cloud.
Yes.
We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching the show.
Bye. Ah, what an adventure. Wow. We started this in June. That is... Now it is already November. I want to just thank you all, every single one who watched these videos. It means a lot to me. Again, I'm fairly new to all of this, and I really enjoy it a lot. So just seeing any comments or interactions with the videos, I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot to me, and I just want to keep going and try this out. And I hope you will stick around and join me. So I hope you all have a great day or night whenever you see this, and we will see us next time. Bye.